right, yesterday, Coach asked you guys a question. And he asked you a very serious question. He asked you, how many of you guys want to play pro football? No? Don't, I saw it yesterday. And 3/4 of you, 80% of you raised your hands. Played in the NFL for 9 years, and I coached up there for 18. So I've spent 27 years of my life in the NFL. 95% of you are not even going to get invited to an NFL camp. Did you guys hear me? 95% of you are not going to get an invitation to an NFL camp. 98.5 are not going to make it. So what is that? 1.5 that are going to make it? Think about what I just said. So what are you going to do? Coach asked you that earlier this week. He said, what are you going to do? And the most shocking thing to me sitting back there was most of you did not have an answer. He said, what are you going to do? And the room was as silent as it is right now. You have no plan. You have no plan. You have to have a plan. A man has to have a plan if he's going to be successful in life. Okay? But let's stay with the football side of it. The way some of you guys practice, the way some of you don't study and apply yourselves, you have no chance to play on Sunday. That's why you're not playing here. I don't have a specific position that I'm watching or coaching right now. So I get to walk around and watch all you guys. Some of you have the most horrific practice habits I've ever seen. I hear you guys bitching about your coach. I hear you guys complaining about him getting after you. I hear all of that. I don't say anything, but I hear it. Because you don't want to accept the truth. Most of you who are not playing, or in your mind are not, you don't feel like you're getting a chance, it is because you haven't earned a chance. Go play football. Football practice used to be my favorite part of the day. Why? I got to do something I love to do. I didn't have to do what the establishment or everybody else, go to school, study, go to study hall, do all that stuff. I didn't have to do that. I got to do the 2 hours of the day that I got to do something that I love to do. You guys say you love to do it, but then you complain about the work that you have to put in. You don't love it. You do not love it. Because if you love something, what do? You take care of it. I'll say that to you guys again. If you love something or someone, you take care of it.
Come on, DJ.
So you guys love football? And you guys go out and practice the way you practice? You go out and don't compete for the ball when it's in the air? You do all the things that are contrary to what you say you need to do when you love something. Nobody can answer that for you. You guys have to answer that question for yourselves. If you want to be and have a chance to play pro football, most of y'all in here are going to have to change. You got to change, and change drastically and quickly. Or start thinking about that alternative to the question the man asked you last week. What are you going to do if you don't play pro football?
Heard about the winning. We've won everywhere we went, so that wasn't the problem for me. The problem for me now is how we're winning. you know, the struggle, all the things that we're trying to, like Coach DT said, how we practice. See, mastery, if you want to be a master of something, if you want to go to the NFL, if you want to accomplish your dreams, mastery is practice. I want you to understand that. It's not, for a master, it's not practicing to get better. It is just the purpose of practicing, because it's not result driven, it is the process of it. You see, movement, don't confuse movement and progress as the same thing. Just because you're at practice and you're moving around doesn't mean you're making progress. Right. You have to have the technique, the focus, the understanding of what you've been taught, and you are practicing that every day to become a master. Not to necessarily get better at something, but to become a master at something. Have you ever watched a movie more than once and you found something else in that movie that you didn't find the first time? That's what masters do. They perfect their technique in a way that is not about result driven. It's about the actual process and loving that process. That's what gets you to the NFL. That's what makes you a good man, a good husband. It is the mastery of the practice. And we ain't done that yet because we're result driven. We came here, we saw the media hype. We seen what this man and coaches and all these great coaches on the side have done before. And we came here thinking we just gonna get results. But you're not trying to master your practice. Every time you hit that field, man, that ball goes in the air, you should be dreaming about making that pick or making that touchdown or making that tackle. Those footwork, your leverage, your pad level, the way you hit, the way you're being physical. Because we don't want to win, we want to dominate. The whole world is waiting on y'all to dominate. That's why everybody comes to see you. Because you're doing something they didn't do last year. We don't communicate. We don't take advantage of our opportunities. All these things on this list, we're barely scraping by. And you wonder why you get your ass beat by top-ranked teams. It cannot be result-driven, fellas. It's got to be that same energy you had when you was a little kid and you watched TV and you went on that field in the yard, you took your shoes off and you said, I'm going to beat him today. That same passion you had when you were a little kid, you said, Mama, you ain't going to have to work no more. What happened to that? Because there's a lot of bitching and moaning right now. Well, I don't understand this. I can't do that. That ain't got shit to do with you accomplishing your goals. Because life ain't fair. It ain't never supposed to be fair. This is not an opinion type of mindset. You have to master it by practice. Once you practice the way that, like that, then everything else will come easy. But we ain't done that yet. It ain't about what we do on Saturday, man. It's about what we do through the whole week. That's the key. Once we understand that and quit looking for results and look at the movement, not the movement, but the progress, then we'll start to dominate. But we got to hold each other accountable and do that, coaches included.
Focus on today. What does true mean is accountability? Accountability is willingly accepting responsibility for your actions from the perspective of oversight. Do you hold each other accountable? As a team, do you hold each other accountable? Let's just start with quarterbacks. You hold each other accountable? Nope. Do you hold each other accountable? I believe y'all. Defensive line. Is there any accountability?
All right, yesterday, Coach asked you guys a question. And he asked